Hey guys. First off, don't look at how much monkey money I had at the start of this video. With that said, I will now divert your attention towards the basis of today's video, which is to show you the new BTD5 update, which comes with a new map and for the first time, a feature imported from Bloons TD battles. At least I believe it is the first time. It won't be shown in this video because I'm too cheap to shell out money, so I'll just tell you what it is. Tower skins, the first one of its kind being the medieval dart monkey skins. Interestingly enough, they only cost a little over $1 on my side versus $4 in the battles version. I'm not exactly sure why there's such a huge difference in cost between the two, but if I had to guess, I would assume it's because of the fact that you can't show them off to your opponent unless you're playing co-op mode, which, let's be real, no one ever plays that shit nowadays, so essentially no one is ever gonna see them on BTD5 except yourself unless you run a decently sized YouTube channel. Anyways, the second part of the update is what we will be fully focusing on today. It's what everyone wanted, a new map called Siege, which is the 70th one to be released. They say it's an advanced map, but from the observational eye I think it's pretty obvious Ninja Kiwi got this one wrong, just like they fucked up the difficulty of the quote-unquote expert tunnels and clock map. Siege is almost certainly harder than both of them. It's got 4 separate paths and all of them are fairly short in length, compared to the single path plus extra length track on tunnels and clock. I suppose them mislabeling the difficulty of Siege was actually a blessing in disguise for me though, cause I hadn't yet unlocked Advanced Mastery Mode prior to recording this footage, so that meant I had to grind out the dozens of extra medals needed to play it. For reference, unlocking Advanced Mastery Mode requires 187 medals at minimum, but don't worry, I didn't actually sit down and spend 100 hours of my life grinding out each of them. I made a little shortcut for myself, but even then it was quite time-consuming. Anyways, back to the point. The reason it's a blessing in disguise is because if Ninja Kiwi labeled Siege as an expert map, I would have had to unlock another 30 or so medals to unlock Expert Mastery Mode, thus this saved me a bit of valuable time not having to do that. Hooray! Now I could have just said screw Mastery Mode, save the time and play on normal instead, but nah, I wanted to make this a real challenge. But of course I'm going to need a lot of help from secondary sources, because going naps frills on an Expert plus Mastery plus Impoppable map is pretty much, well, impoppable. And by a lot of help, I mean a shit ton. Level 11 Monkey Lab on everything, maxed Boomerang specialty, which makes Boomerangs super OP with double rangs, and a free dartling gun to boot, which was actually super helpful to catch the leaks. But that ain't all the help I'm getting, cause watch what happens next. Clearly brain lag boys, no way the real ISAB would ever be that slow of a reactor. I'm simply programmed to place everything down on time. But yeah, because I'm never getting that free dartling gun back, I must use the continue as much as I genuinely don't want to. If I restart back to round 1, I'm going to be even more screwed in the early game and be forced to drop down a couple of agents, plus that's an extra couple of minutes wasted. Damn though, getting that lump sum of 5k on round 15 just feels so dirty and unfair, and all because of a single red balloon leak. That's how cruel Impoppable mode is. Sorry to whoever wanted to use this as a guide/walkthrough, but I really can't be arsed to spend an extra few hours perfecting my strategy and whatnot to find the most efficient method of beating this map. I already had another attempt at this a half hour earlier where I died at a similar time, failing to drop my road spikes down in time. That time I didn't use the continue since I still had a dartling gun to spare, but I did waste 3 free aces in 1 monkey boat, which was probably one of the worst free towers I could possibly have available for this map looking back at it. I mean, look at all the amazing water spots there are, and the first thing I totally need when I only have 1 life is a bunch of super inaccurate towers, said no one ever. Anyways, that extra 5k made this shit way too easy, cause that allowed me to instantly get up 2 plantations, further snowballing my farm income to levels I would not be reaching without the injection. So I guess during this easy downtime I'll get the off-topic stuff over with. First off, regarding MLG intros, one of my fans pointed out in a comment that I don't have 10, but rather 11 MLG intros, which meant I missed showing one in that compilation video. God damn it, I was 100% certain I had them all, but somehow one of those intros was just completely wiped from my episodic memory. My bad, folks. If you're interested in seeing the one I missed, the link to it will be in the description. It was on the Hacker Pool Adventures video about 1 year back. To be honest, I may have been doing you a favor by missing that one cause the execution was pretty bad in my opinion, cause I had not yet tuned my voice to fit the flow of the song, so that led to some ugly audio cuts. Moving on though, I have this one comment I would like to respond to, which was in response to something I said in response to someone else's comment. Well sir, not to be rude, but are you an ugly, stupid, brain-dead, cock-sucking autistic cunt? I suppose it wasn't clear enough to you that it was intentionally meant to be ironic. Maybe it's because of my monotony, but still, I thought it was pretty obvious seeing as nobody else but you mentioned it. It also seems like a bit of a hate comment to me, so there's one more thing I'm gonna have to do about it. Dab. Anyways, gonna be speeding up this footage cause we got a lot to go through still. I should mention that yes, I did have some premiums enabled for this attempt, namely the healthy bananas and super long-ranged beacons, but as we know this is impoppable mode, so it's impossible to gain any extra lives. That leaves me with just the long-range beacons enabled, but hey, I turned off double cash mode, so that makes it okay, right? I'd argue double cash is even more criminal to use than all these continues. Speaking of which, would you look at the time for me to use another continue, that is, cause silly me was so greedy that I thought I could get away with such a shitty defense for round 40. Turns out I need much more. So how about a couple of 0-0 chippers at the back to sicken the Moab children? Those things came in clutch in my 6 feet mastery attempt. Well, it also turns out that isn't enough either. Good riddance. But I won't take 100% blame here, cause I did notice something that screwed me over super hard. When you try and place road spikes on BTD5 Steam, your dartlings will be stuck in one position and won't follow your mouse. So what happened here was they ended up firing into the middle of nowhere as I was spamming road spikes on the Moabs. And that will happen one more time until I realize what the hell was going on. Ninja Kiwi should certainly look into fixing that, cause I don't think that's intended, and it doesn't happen on the Flash version either. I'm just like that. This mastery impoppable attempt turned from a train wreck into a full-on nuclear disaster. I am deeply sorry for letting you down. I guess I should warn you in advance that I fuck up one more time before finally getting my shit together. With that said, my time is up, so enjoy the final few minutes of the video with only the best music that is totally not overplayed on this channel. Selling out a bit before I sign off. Subscribe button, press it. Bell button, press it. Like button, press it. This video is sponsored by nobody because my channel isn't big enough to get that kind of attention from companies yet. Have a really difficult day.